Thank you. Hi, my name is Eriomina, but please don't ask me to spell it. A police officer once, when I first entered the country 3 years ago, asked me to spell my name. I had a skilled working visa and a PhD, and he got very suspicious when I was struggling to spell my own name. He started doubting my academic titles or my real intentions for staying in the country. And who knows what he was thinking my skills were. But you see, there is a lot of confusion with English Albanian alphabet. An English E is pronounced A in Albanian, and an I is an E, and an E is an... I messed it up. I thought it was difficult, but not that much. The English E is pronounced A in Albanian, and the I is an E, and an A is an A, and my name has all of them. Some of them twice. So my advice would be, just in case, learn how to spell your own names. And if you would ever have a child, choose a short, simple name for them. Especially now that all the countries of the world are so harmoniously fused together. And it seems like there are no borders anymore. Even though UK like to build borders, UK is such a great boulder builder. I am sure it is for good reason, though. For example, to provide permanent jobs to the police officers. The one that asked me to spell my name, he told me he had a PhD in biology. Yeah. But he said he gave up on academia because he wanted a better life and a permanent job. So I say, long live the borders. My next job might be a police officer. Anyway, back to the names. Please be sure to Google the name that you are going to give to your child one day. Because just to check, it doesn't mean anything inappropriate in any other language of the world. I have this Albanian friend whose Albanian name in Dutch apparently means something like the male reproductive organ. That thing, you know. He was traumatized when he discovered this at 18 years old. When he left Albania, he went to the Netherlands to study. And one day, a friend approached him and said, "Dude, you know that your name actually means did you know?" He was like, "Well, yes, of course I knew it. Why do you think I keep walking around so proudly, keeping my head always up?" No, of course he didn't know it, and he felt humiliated for having that distinct name. But because he was very tall at that point, I mean, he was very long. I mean, he was big enough. But I want to say he was old enough to not possibly change the name at that point. So he decided to embrace it instead and be proud of it and really never lower his head again. However, I don't know for how long he can last. I mean, how long he can keep it up. I mean, you know what I mean. English. But let's move on. Why am I here? I'm not here to talk about distinct names. No, I'm here because I am a postdoc at Queen Mary. And someone had this brilliant idea to bring us on stage tonight. They might have seen we weren't doing much with our lives and jobs. So they thought, let's use these people for some entertaining. Here we are, making the best out of our depressed postdoc lives. Yeah. I'm kidding. As a postdoc, you really work hard to make it at this point. Let's say by a miracle, by some more than one miracles, you end up finishing your PhD and you don't end up in a mental institute. This is an achievement. And now you possess a title. You are a doctor now. And careful, that title is not there to remind you every instant how many things you should know but you don't, or how much it is expected from you every day that you are not giving back, or how sound and clear you feel that imposter syndrome right now than you ever felt before having the title. No, it's not there for this. It's there for more important reasons, such as put the title doctor every time you fill up an online survey, like the ones that Queen Mary sends us every week. There was one today. The title is there to make you feel like the cleverest person on the family. And the smartest amongst your friends, of course, who somehow is always ignored by everyone when things get serious, like either getting vaccinated or not during a pandemic situation. Nobody will listen to you. Like, really, people are so confusing. I have a lot of friends telling me, we are so proud to have you as a friend. You have a PhD in biology. You are my only friend with a PhD. And then, but I'm not getting vaccinated because all my other friends are not doing it. And I'm like, what? My word is like counts even less than the other friends with no PhD? But is it because I'm paid less? It was already said, this is not for money. This is a mission for me. It's a call. It's a blah, blah lie that I tell myself every day. Moving on. Let's talk science. Next will be a sensitive topic. It's on a mouse experiment, so please feel free to leave the room if you don't want to hear about it. And at this point, I was expecting somebody to leave the room so I can call some of my friends waiting outside. You know that this event got sold out in 10 minutes. Like, who are we? I see that nobody moved. You all like horror mouse stories, don't you? You are terrible people. So this story is about how I managed to fail my 60 mouse experiment and 6 months of my life gathering 0 data. I was supposed to study the role of autoreactive immune cells in obesity. And these cells are called autoreactive because they are like corrupted cops, not like the one in the borders that I met before. They have lost their way, they attack their own system, causing more harm than good, and they can cause also autoimmune disorders. So the best way to study these complex issues is by using simple models. For this study, an obese mouse model would have worked great. So to make a mouse obese, you need to feed it with high-fat diet or Western diet, which is the scientific term for chips and burgers. And this is another reason why I thought the mouse model would work great, because we all know mice go crazy for cheeseburgers. However, to cut a long story short, the mice were not cooperating. They were not getting fat after being in a fat diet for weeks. I have never seen such a perfect BMI, while being on a Western diet is a dream, really. There was definitely something wrong. It would have been nice to find out more, discover how to block these autoreactive cells, reverse the autoimmune disorders in obese patients, but my visa expires next month, so I need to leave the country. Anyway, it might seem like this is a sad story, me leaving the country and stuff, but you see what Borders just did there? They saved some mice life. by stopping me from working on this project, they are alive now. They won't be sacrificed anymore. Now, I'm not sure about the human lives we saved there, because there was not enough data to come up with any result. But it cannot be a happy ending for anybody. So, how it is what? It cannot be a happy ending for everyone, you know. Thank you.